Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As we are merely weeks away from the 2024 Mahayuddh, the battle lines are drawn and the war plans are being charted. While the Super N.D.A is chugging along, adding bogies from the Vipaksh ranks, internal dissent and detractions are chipping away at the India Bloc, while the Prime Minister banks on Modi ka parivar to ensure तीसरी बार 400 पार. His political rivals say Modi Hindu nahi hai, Modi ka parivar nahi hai, and these attacks which seem to be creating narratives that will resonate with the people of Bharat. Is that what's happening on the ground? It's important to sift through the shadow boxing and political muscle flexing and stick to the facts on the ground. Our comprehensive and extensive Times Now ETG Research Survey will get you a glimpse into what's going on in the minds of people in Bharat, weeks ahead of the 2024 Mahabharat. It's time for the Times Now ETG survey. First, let's get you the methodology. The sample size is 3,23,357 people who have been interviewed. The survey was conducted 85% on the field, door-to-door campaign, and 15% on telephonic surveys. So let's begin with a quick recap of what we have already aired in the last 1 hour from 8 to 9 p.m. And let's look at the numbers. The numbers coming up right on your screens. And first, let's go with Andhra Pradesh coming up on your screens, ladies and gentlemen. And the numbers here, out of the 25 seats, 21 to 22 going out to the YSRCP, TDP, JSP goes to 3 to 4 seats, NDA at 0, others at 0. But the situation is changing here. Will there be an alliance between the TDP, JSP and the BJP? Will this whole formula change? We'll wait and watch. Let's go to Telangana coming up next on Karnataka coming up next on your screens. 28 seats in Karnataka, NDA likely to get 22 to 24, 4 to 6 going to the India Alliance, 0 to the others. Recovery by the BJP in Karnataka, 22 to 24 seats predicted for Karnataka, 4 to 6 seats for the Congress party here. That's a big recovery coming in. Let's go to Kerala coming up next, where there is an India alliance, but there is no alliance. So while we are taking the left and the Congress together, because whichever way you look at it, it will be the India alliance at the end. 18 to 20 seats in Kerala. NDA likely to get 0 to 1, but they're fighting against each other, and the Congress not doing very well in Kerala. That is what's coming out. Let's look at Telangana numbers coming up on your screen. BRS 2 to 4 seats, NDA likely to get 4 to 6. That could be an improvement. Last time they had 4 Lok Sabha seats from Telangana. This time, will it go up? India Alliance 8 to 10 seats, others 0 to 1. That's Telangana for you. Let's look at Tamil Nadu as well. And Tamil Nadu, NDA likely to get 2 to 6 seats. That will be the first time ever that the NDA gets a seat in Tamil Nadu. And that's a big plus for the BJP. 29 to 35 seats for the India Alliance, where the DMK is the dominant partner. AIA-DMK 1 to 2. Let's now go across to Maharashtra. Numbers 34 to 38 for the NDA Alliance, India Alliance 9 to 13, others 0 to 1, and 9 to 13 here because many big faces from the Congress party have left and gone, and that is why the Congress party facing tailwinds in Maharashtra. Now let's look at the numbers now coming in from Assam, and Assam NDA is likely to get 11 to 13 out of the 14 seats. Congress likely to get just 1, AIUDF 0 to 1, and others at 0. So pretty much a clean sweep in Assam. Northeast, 11 seats from the Northeast. NDA likely to get 7 to 9 seats. India Alliance 1 to 3 seats, 0 to 1 going to the others. Union territories, 6 of them there, and 4 of these seats likely to go to the NDA. That is coming up on your screens, ladies and gentlemen. The union territories, 3 to 5 of the union territories going to the NDA, 1 to 3 going to the India alliance, and last to come up from the 8 o'clock numbers is Goa, 2 seats in Goa. Both likely, 1 to 2 likely to go to the NDA, 0 to 1 going to the India alliance, others 0. So far we've looked at 210 seats, 95 going to the NDA, 81 seats to the India alliance, 34 seats to the others, and that's where we are stacked up right now. But before I take these numbers further, let me first introduce our panel this evening. Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, Member of Parliament in the Rajya Sabha. Congratulations, Sudhanshu Trivedi ji, for being elected to the Rajya Sabha a second time. Senior spokesperson of the BJP, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, author, scientist, political analyst. Abbas Haider, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Ashutosh, political analyst and senior journalist with me in the studios here. Tausif Ahmed, lawyer and political analyst, joining me live from Kolkata. He supports the Trinamool Congress. And my friend Sanjay Jha, who is the suspended leader of the Congress, joining me on this show. Before we look at what really you think about the 210 seats that have already been counted, 95 going to the NDA, 81 to the India alliance, let's put the first numbers up on the screen. And the first numbers coming up for you from Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh, numbers coming up on your screen, 29 seats in Madhya Pradesh, 28 to 29 going to the NDA alliance, 0 to 1 going to the India alliance, 0 to the others. So that really is the situation in Madhya Pradesh. No surprises. There's been an assembly election just in December, and the BJP came back a 4th time. Vote share in Madhya Pradesh, NDA at 59%, India alliance at 37%, others at 4%. So Madhya Pradesh in the bag for the BJP. Let's take a look at the 11 seats in Chhattisgarh. Who's getting how many? Well, 10 to 11 going to the NDA. 0 to 1 to the India alliance, that is the Congress party, others getting a big 0. So the Chhattisgarh also under its belt. Look at the vote shares in Chhattisgarh. 51% vote share for the BJP. Congress at 40%, others at 9%. That is Chhattisgarh for you. Rajasthan coming up next. Again, 25 seats in Rajasthan. And it's no surprise, Sanjay Jha, in Rajasthan as well, 24 to 25 seats going to the NDA, 0 to 1 seats going to the India alliance, that is the Congress party, others get a 0. Rajasthan, again, assembly elections just recently in all of these 3 states, and BJP in a pole position, 55% vote share, 36% for the India alliance, 9% for the others. That is the number in Rajasthan. And let's look at Gujarat. Well, I don't even know if I should say this, but I don't know how many times. This may be the hat trick, 26 on 26 for the NDA in Gujarat. Congress does not stand a chance, a big 0 coming in here. And if you look at the vote share in Gujarat, the vote share is 60% for the BJP, 35% for the Congress party, 5% for the others, and that is the way things are stacked. At the moment, we've already counted 301 seats. The NDA tally stands at 186. India alliance stands at 81, and others stand at 34. And let's open up this debate. Sanjay Jha. It's not looking very good for the Congress party, not looking good at all for the Congress party, in fact, and the India alliance is being brought down quite heavily to the ground by the Congress party. That's the way the reality is. In fact, the first Central Election Committee held yesterday, where a big screen at the headquarters of the Congress office were put up because Rahul Gandhi would have joined the Central Election Committee's first meeting, you know, through a remote virtual connection, and 4 hours of the meeting, he just didn't join. I just want to ask you, is there any seriousness in the Congress party on fighting these elections, strategizing these elections, seat not just of the alliance partners, but your own party, who's fighting from where, the calculation seat by seat? In fact, there are leaders of the Congress party who came out of the meeting yesterday, and you have many of them as friends. You can check with them. I'm told at least 20 leaders were asked if they would want to contest. All of them, in principle were fine, but in practicality did not want to contest the elections. I want to ask you, has the Congress given up even before the war has begun?
Navika, I just want to make one point. If your opinion poll survey holds, I think it will be indeed a very depressing and a despondent news for the Congress party. And it will be, I think, a terrible blow to the India alliance. Because if the survey results turn out as you are predicting it today, we all know that things can change. And probably there are some things that can never be caught in a survey. But let me accept the facts as they are. The truth is, and I have maintained it, and I think everybody knows that, if the India alliance is to do well, the Congress has to do the bulk, if not the complete heavy lifting. If I look at the 2019 Lok Sabha results, out of the 202 seats that the BJP and the Congress went head-on, including the state of Maharashtra, the Congress won just 16 seats, which means a hit rate of 8%. The BJP won 92% of the seats. So here is the challenge for the India alliance, and principally for the Congress, because even if Samajwadi does well, or RJD does well, Mr. Stalin's party does well, or Maharashtra brings up a spectacular surprise, the Congress truly has to do very well in these head-to-head contests. When I look at your numbers for Rajasthan, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, and Chhattisgarh, they look very, very disappointing to me. I have no reason to dispute your survey. And therefore, I would just hope that people who are watching this survey, instead of being cynical or dismissive about it, tell themselves that there's a lot of hard work to be done. And I do hope that somewhere down the line, people who are actually in politics, Navika, even people who are going to fight these elections from Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, they don't fight to lose, they fight to win. So clearly there's an uphill task ahead. It's Herculean. Can it be climbed? That time will tell. But if I take your results at face value, it is indeed not a very encouraging sign for the opposition and for the Congress.
Sudhanshu Trivedi ji, Sanjay Jha, extremely pragmatic, says things can change. Well, I agree things can change. And they say that Congress party will have to do the heavy lifting. My question is when?
After hearing the statement of suspended Congress leader, Shri Sanjay Jha ji, I think Congress seems to be suspended over and above like the liquid nitrogen, in which one slip you may go into deep freeze. Because in the last several years, what the Congress is doing, it's doing almost same thing, slip, slip, slip. And as far as your survey is concerned, in the 4 states, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, and Gujarat, it is showing clear-cut more than 50% votes for BJP. In Gujarat, 60%. In Madhya Pradesh, 59%. These 2 states which you are considered, we are very strong at the grassroots level, at the organizational level. So it means, and both the states which are having not a very high-profile chief minister, is still, we are so strong at the grassroots level, we are almost at the threshold of getting first-class marks, means 60% votes. 100 में 60 हमारा है और बाकी में बंटवारा है. As far as Tamil Nadu and Maharashtra is concerned, up till now, the division of the seats in both the alliances have not happened. I think after that, we will be able to perceive what the actual picture is likely to be. And same case as Tamil Nadu. But in your survey, it is showing that now BJP and I.N.D.I.A is trying to get a significant breakthrough in Tamil Nadu. In Assam, I would like to say this is the area from which, when Rahul Gandhi's Nya Yatra started, they have shown the photos on the social media. Look at the crowd. Look at the crowd, look at the seats. Because those areas were Dhubri and Barbeta, which is considered to be stronghold of the Bangladeshi migrants. So the crowd could have been there, but the seat would have been rare. And coming to Kerala, it's a very peculiar case. The principal opposition party and the ruling party is fighting join in hands against a party which is not having a single member of parliament. मतलब इस पे तो मुझे केजरीवाल जी का वो सेंटेंस याद आता है, सब मिले हुए हैं जी. बताइए, कांग्रेस और कम्युनिस्ट मिले हुए हैं जी, और ये मिलकर क्या स्थिति बनाए हैं कि मुझे हिंदी फिल्म का वो गाना याद आता है, कहते फ्रेंडली फाइट है। तो भाई केरल में तो मुझे नजर आता है कांग्रेस और कम्युनिस्ट के बीच में कि तुम ही से मोहब्बत, तुम ही से लड़ाई, अरे मार डाला, दुहाई दुहाई। बट फाइनली आई वुड लाइक टू से, एक तरफ कांग्रेस में यह सिचुएशन दिख रही है और राहुल गांधी जी का लश्कर जर्रार पूरे जलवाए जलाल के साथ यात्रा करता चल रहा है, गुबार उड़ाता हुआ चल रहा है। उस गुबार में कांग्रेस पार्टी का क्या गुबार उड़ रहा है, इस पे ध्यान देने की जरूरत है। तो उनके लिए एक लाइन कहना चाहूंगा कि इन सारी चीजों से बेफिक्र जो राहुल गांधी जी का लश्कर चल रहा है कि कारवां गुजर गया, गुबार देखते रहे, नींद भी खुली न थी कि हाय धूप ढल गई, पाम जब तलक बढ़े कि जिंदगी फिसल गई। और चूंकि ये चिर युवा है ना, और हम खड़े खड़े मोड़ पर रुके रुके उम्र के चढ़ाव का उतार देखते रहे, 50+ हो गए और युवा ही रह गए, उम्र के चढ़ाव का उतार देखते रहे, कारवां गुजर गया, गुबार देखते रहे।
आशुतोष जी, सुधांशु जी का एक तरीका है, एक अंदाज है, और कभी कभी गजलों की पंक्तियों में वो ऐसी बात कह देते हैं जो शायद बोलने में वैसे कठोर लगे, लेकिन बड़ी मीठी तरीके से उन्होंने ही समड इट ऑल अप. I just want to ask you, the fact is, and this is not about who is on which side, is everybody a Modi bhakt or a Congress bhakt. Let's look at the reality and the picture. Many people within the India Alliance, and you're a journalist, I'm a journalist, we talk to all of them. They say the heavy lifting should have been done by the Congress party, which was not done. There were meetings of the India Alliance by December, seat sharing should have been done, not done. In fact, Rahul Gandhi is not available to his own party for a central election committee meeting which has to declare the first list of seats. He was to come in, big screens were put up, but he just didn't turn up. The question is, are they even fighting for a win?
Navika, 2-3 things. First of all, if I have to ask a question, is there any wave for BJP government? I don't see that wave. Is there any anti-incumbency against the BJP government? I don't see that. Are there issues? Yes, there are issues. Now the issue is, if there is no wave, if there is no anti-incumbency, why the opposition has not been able to exploit that sentiment? Why it has not been able to turn it into its favor? For the simple reason, because I think opposition was in a good position when it started as India from Patna to Bangalore to Mumbai. Somewhere down the line, it has lost the momentum. And I think the loss in 3 North Indian states, especially Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, had totally demoralized these political parties. And it was then that the different political parties started talking in different ways. And when political parties in coalition start talking in the different directions, that is the sure shot that there is no cohesion, no unity, and no discipline. I think if these numbers, I never questioned the opinion poll or the survey. So what I have to say is that if these numbers are true, then even if the India Alliance tries its level best, whatever you say, whatever Sanjay Jha say, I think either it has lost the battle or it has no will to fight the elections. Now onwards, it's very difficult to reclaim your ground. The reclamation has to be done long back. Unfortunately or fortunately, in which way you are, I think that the time is up. Now it's only the people who can decide.
Well, Sanjay Jha, you're right, and that's where the difference in perception comes in. You say Congress will have to do the heavy lifting, and the way Ashutosh puts it, it was for the Congress to do the heavy lifting, but probably you've run out of time because this heavy lifting had to be done prior to December. But let's look at the numbers that are coming in from Bengal. Bengal, sensitive state, a state where things have changed in the recent weeks. And let's look at the numbers of Bengal. 42 seats in Bengal. NDA likely to get 20 to 24. That's the BJP mainly. And look at the Trinamool Congress, 17 to 21. When we did a survey in December, this was exactly the opposite. The NDA was not getting to the mark of 18. last time that it got in 2019 elections, and the Trinamool Congress was in the driver's seat. Now this whole scenario after Sandesh Khali seems to have changed. 20 to 24 seats for the NDA, 17 to 21 for the Trinamool Congress. India Alliance put in the CPM, put in the Congress party together, likely to get 0 to 2, others 0. So out of the 42 seats, NDA can make gains in Bengal. Look at the vote share, 42% for the NDA, 40% for the Trinamool Congress, 11% for the India Alliance, which is the left, and the Congress, 7% for the others. So 42% ahead of the Trinamool Congress. That is the number coming from Bengal, and we need to discuss Bengal. And Anand Ranganathan, is there something changing on the ground, and is that evident from the numbers that we're seeing on our screen at this moment?
Good evening, Navika, and good evening to my fellow panelists. It's very difficult to say right now if things are changing on the ground. 2 points very briefly. Number one, Navika, आप भी जानती हैं और जितने और क्रिकेट के चाहने वाले हैं वो ये जानते हैं कि कोई भी टीम अगर इनिंग्स और 200 रन से जीतती है और दोबारा वो इनिंग्स और 250 रन से जीते तो लोग उसको इनिंग्स डिफीट ही कहते हैं। तो ये फैसिनेशन कि हम 300 से गवर्नमेंट बनाएंगे या 370 से बनाएंगे या 400 से बनाएंगे, इसका टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट विद यू कोई मायने नहीं है, बिकॉज आपकी 2 बार से मेजॉरिटी थी and you've done spectacularly well in a lot of fields. You've not done very well in other fields, but the fact of the matter is you have run a majority government. तो ये एक बात है। बंगाल में yes, after the Sandesh Khali, there has been an upsurge towards, or let's put it right now, against the Trinamool because of obvious reasons, especially because what the High Court has said, the damning indictment of the West Bengal police and the government. But I have to say another thing. There is no doubt, every panelist would agree, including Dr. Sanjay Jha, who's been very magnanimous in believing this survey, that BJP is winning. There is no doubt about it. I just wish somebody would tell BJP that, because I don't think BJP knows that it is winning, because it wants to win at all costs. Let me give you a couple of examples. A month ago, the BJP accused one Mr. Tapan Roy of being a thief. Mr. Adhikari of BJP said he's a thief. A few days after that, the ED raided him. And Mr. Adhikari said, well, you can only raid thieves. So it is good that Tapan has been raided. 2 days ago, it was Mr. Adhikari who welcomed Tapan to BJP. Now, I want to ask you, what is the impression that one has? In 2014, it was Mr. Modi who accused Mr. Ashok Chavan of disrespecting the Kargil martyrs in the Other Society scam. A month ago, Ashok Chavan was welcomed in the BJP. So I want to ask, let's not go overboard. Advice to the BJP to not go overboard in condemning Shahjahan Sheikh. Because who knows? Tomorrow Shahjahan Sheikh might be taken into the BJP. तब क्या करेंगे लोग?
सुधांशु जी बहुत serious charge है.
It is tapas. Sorry to correct you.
Mr. Anand Ranganathan has raised a very valid question, but the valid question comes with a very valid basis also. We said in the case of Ashok Chauhan that there is an allegation and we stood stand by the allegation. Whosoever leader, whether he remains on that side or this side, you cannot quote a single case in which we have withdrawn the allegations, we have stopped the investigation or filed the completion report as it was the case in 2008 or 9. But on the contrary, it was an official stand of the Congress party when Ashok Chauhan was Chief Minister that nothing of this sort has happened. In West Bengal, there was an official stand of then government that nothing of this sort of Sharda and Narda has happened. But now suddenly they say, yes, it happened. It was happened, we were corrupt, and our government was so corrupt that even they are trying to quote the amount, the same amount or the same allegation which we have put. So साहब ये देख लीजिए स्टैंड किसने चेंज किया है. हमने किसी के खिलाफ कोई केस विड्रॉ नहीं किया है, किसी की कोई क्लोजर रिपोर्ट नहीं लगाई है और किसी को भी कोई रिलीफ नहीं दी है. मैं आपको और भी बता देना चाहता हूं, इवन when Himanta Biswa Sharma, after joining BJP, has appeared in front of CBI in Kolkata once. तो ऐसा नहीं किया है. हाँ, वो मैं याद दिलाना चाहता हूं दर्शकों के लिए. They should try to remember in July 2008, Communist Party withdraws support on nuclear deal from the Manmohan Singh government. Then Mulayam Singh comes in to rescue. And within 2 months, all the cases of disproportionate asset, CBI files a closure report in November 2008. In Public Accounts Committee on the 2G, when the report was subverted, the three parties which have subverted, SP, BSP and DMK, within 1 month, the cases have started getting diluted. So there is a huge difference on the issue of what we have taken and what they have taken.
लेकिन सुधांशु जी इसमें फैक्ट चेक
नाविका 10 सेकंड
एक फैक्ट चेक
एक इंटरजेक्शन
नहीं और अजीत पवार के केस में भी in one case the police has approached the court to to close the investigation, number one, and number two, let me also tell you, you were the party with a difference. The party with a difference does not have to compare itself with the appalling standards set by the earlier other parties. So why are you comparing yourselves to them? Isn't that right, Anand Ranganathan?
नहीं बिल्कुल सुधांशु जी ने जो कहा, मैं उनकी बात की इज्जत करता हूं, रिस्पेक्ट करता हूं, वो खुद जानते हैं। मैं इनसे एक सवाल पूछना चाहता हूं। आपने बिल्कुल ठीक कहा कि अजीत पवार पे केस चल रहा है, अशोक चौहान पे केस चल रहा है, मोन्सरात पे केस चल रहा है जो गोवा में है, तपस राव पे केस चल रहा है, तो वो केस चलते रहेंगे। लेकिन हमने उन्हें भले ही कहा कि करप्ट है, स्कैमस्टर है, एक्सेप्ट कर लिया, केस चलते रहेंगे। आपसे सिंपल सवाल पूछना चाहता हूं, शाहजहां शेख भी अभी कन्विक्टेड नहीं है, एलिगेशंस है, तो क्या आप ये कहना चाहेंगे कि अगर कल को शाहजहां शेख बीजेपी ज्वाइन करता है, यू आर फील इट, आप उसको एडमिट कर लेंगे, केस चलते रहेंगे, ये कह दीजिए हाँ या ना।
Anand Ranganathan is a scientist. I think he is becoming too much illogical and something of that sort, because Shahjahan Sheikh, let me complete my sentence. Shahjahan Sheikh एक person नहीं है. This is the mentality from Kashmir to Kerala, from UP to Bengal, and the protection given by Trinamool government to Shahjahan Sheikh is not the protection given by government to a criminal. It is secular protection given by a consistent criminal mindset, which is we are witnessing from the Kashmir time to Northeast time to in Uttar Pradesh. I would like to remind, जो कुछ आपने दिखाया बंगाल में, मैं इससे थोड़ा असहमत हूं. We are going to see Bengal. Why? I remember the same thing was there in Uttar Pradesh in 2014. 2012, Samajwadi Party got clear majority and they were ruthlessly, cruelly imposing those things. And there was so much of, you can say, suppressive authority, mafiaism, minoritism was there. And it was considered, I remember, go and see all the surveys. Nobody was giving us more than 40, 45 seats. We got 73. The same situation is there in West Bengal. And with percentage of vote, I would like to say, you have shown that the TMC is likely to get 42%. We are going to get 40%.
No,
I would like
it's the other way around. You are 42 and they are 40 for Lok Sabha.
Yes, sorry. It means we moved from 38% to 42%. They have moved from 48% in assembly to 40%. Keep in mind, their prime strategist during the Vidhan Sabha has said that our ginti starts from 30%. So it means from the remaining 18%, they are depleting sharply, and this decline may see a huge downfall by the time the voting will come.
Tausif Khan, I want to ask you, Sandesh Khali, despite the denial by the Trinamool Congress, do you think it is actually creating an impact as far as the way people are looking at the Trinamool Congress on the ground? The fact that 55 days Sheikh Shahjahan was on the run, the fact that these rapes were happening in the TMC office in Sandesh Khali, the fact that Mamta Banerjee gave a clean chit to Sheikh Shahjahan on the floor of the assembly, the fact that she actually said that these women who are complaining are actually actors coming from outside, and the fact that no FIR was registered for several months and weeks. And when the High Court took cognizance of the case, it's only then that the wheels of justice began to move. That also with very much reluctance, because the government of Bengal has now approached the Supreme Court to somehow try and stall the transfer of Shahjahan Sheikh from the custody of the Bengal police to the CBI. All this, is it impacting the Trinamool Congress? Is it time for reckoning? Is it time for an admission, Tausif Khan?
Navika, you see, Sandesh Khali is one of the, I'm getting an echo if that can be fixed. So Sandesh Khali is one of the factors in a huge picture, the so-called struggle led by BJP of corruption. In the last 2 years, you have seen High Court was passing order, and specifically this one judge was passing orders against the TMC ruling dispensation on corruption cases, arrest charges, and so many protection was also given from arrest to the BJP leaders. And now we have seen, you are right, that even though the Sandesh Khali incident was picking up momentum initially, now it has died after the state government suspended the accused, and they are arrested, suspended from the party and also arrested. But after that, one more incident has happened, that this particular judge who was passing orders in favor of BJP petitioners and against the TMC ruling dispensation resigned from his post of judgeship, and on the same day held a press conference and announced that he's going to join BJP, and he did join BJP and is expected to be fielded in this election. Therefore, he has proven in front of the people of Bengal, everyone, has watched this judge. He was a hero when he was sitting as a judge.
I'll get Sudhanshu Trivedi ji to respond on that. Valid question. What about the credibility of the judiciary and the BJP in this matter? A question that Sudhanshu Trivedi will need to answer. But quickly going across to the next state, Himachal Pradesh. 4 seats in Himachal Pradesh. At the moment, it looks like 3 to 4 seats likely to go to the NDA. Congress government there, but 0 to 1 seat projected for them. Vote percentage 56% for the NDA, 39% for the India Alliance, that is the Congress party. That is the situation in Himachal. Uttarakhand, let's look at the numbers. 5 seats in Uttarakhand, all the 5 likely to go to the BJP. 55% vote share, 36% vote share for the Congress party or the India Alliance. Others get 9%. That is the state in Uttarakhand, and those numbers coming up on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. Let's also look at Jammu and Kashmir coming up next. 6 seats coming up in Jammu and Kashmir, and out of these, 2 to 4 likely to go to the NDA Alliance. India Alliance likely to get 2 to 4 as well. And look at the vote percentage. 42% for the NDA, India Alliance 43%, others 15%. So neck and neck fight in Jammu and Kashmir. Total 358 seats have been counted. 220 seats go to the NDA, 104 seats to the India Alliance, 34 going to the others. Now let's look at Odisha. Another state where there is an undercurrent and lots of political developments, including an alliance between the BJP and the BJD on the cards. At the moment in Odisha, 21 seats and it's evenly poised between the BJP and the BJD, 10 to 11 seats for both of them, 0 to the Congress party. And vote shares, NDA 39%, BJD 42%, India Alliance 13%, others at 6%. Whichever, if the alliance happens, Ashutosh, 21 seats, all 21 en bloc go into the NDA. 400 par. Will these numbers help in the 400 par? Because आप कह रहे हैं कि numbers का कोई मतलब नहीं है जब एक बार majority हो गई तो, लेकिन कुछ तो होता है कि नया record set हो जाएगा.
Give me 10 seconds disturb because I want to counter what Sudhanshu ji has said. Take the case of take the case of Ajit Pawar. And these are ACB drops 9 corruption cases against Ajit Pawar. Allegation of withdrawal of cases against Ajit Pawar. Free of corruption charges Sharad Pawar Dik. ACB closes 9 irrigation cases. Then again, EOW gives clean chit to Ajit Pawar and 70 others. And then the file disappears in Chhagan Bhujbal case. So I just wanted to correct you. It's not that you have not done it. You have done it. Basically, you are trying to copy what the Congress government used to do.
Which year?
This is the same year. When, you know, early in the morning, he became the deputy chief minister. Early in the morning. It's the same time. And it's a whole lot of news reports are here. So I'm not...
No, when which government was there?
Your government was there. Your government was supposed to be there.
It means when their government was there, they have not closed the case.
No. Your governor was there.
मैं पूछ रहा हूँ, डेट बताइए सर.
मैं आपको डेट बता रहा हूँ भाई साहब. आप
मतलब बड़ी मजेदार बात है कि उनकी गवर्नमेंट रही.
पहली बात ये कि जो बात आपने कही है, 48 hours after Ajit Pawar tie up with the BJP, 9 cases in irrigation came closed. There's a whole lot of list. I'm not getting into that.
But then he went back to the Congress party, was accepted by the Congress
and then the charge sheet was filed against the company of the Ajit Pawar and his name was missing. I'm not getting into that. I'm just trying to correct.
Now it's become very clear, na sir.
Sudhanshu ji,
who has finally?
हमारे यूपी में कहते हैं cut by 3 से कहते हैं ना. Please cut by 3 मत करिए.
24 घंटे में रह के केस क्लोज हो गया. मतलब 24 घंटे में कोई केस क्लोज हो रहा है. 24 घंटे में मान सकते हैं कि उन्होंने अपना केस विड्रॉ किया हो और उसके बाद जो लोग 2 साल रहे उन्होंने कुछ नहीं.
टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया की रिपोर्ट है, इंडियन एक्सप्रेस की रिपोर्ट है, इंडिया टुडे की रिपोर्ट है, सीएनबीसी टीवी 18 की रिपोर्ट है, लाइव ब्लॉक की रिपोर्ट है, एनडीटीवी की रिपोर्ट है.
रिपोर्ट मैं कह रहा हूं ना.
लेट्स नॉट गेट इनटू.
सर 24 घंटे में केस खत्म हो सकता है.
सुधांशु जी, यू आर डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द अदर बीजेपी.
सर मैं वही तो मैं कह रहा हूं. He remained only for 48 hours. No investigation can conclude 48 hours.
Don't.
So it was done during their government.
I have a lot of respect for you. Don't get into this.
Okay,
I'm talking about
the conclusion.
I'm
talking
about facts.
Right,
again, I'm saying
point made, point taken.
When the conclusion report was filed and accepted by the government.
जनता को मालूम है, इसलिए ज्यादा आगे नहीं बढ़ाऊंगा. जो सवाल आपने पूछा उड़ीसा
कोट कर रहे बताइए.
आपने उड़ीसा की बात की. देखिए उड़ीसा में अगर लास्ट टाइम के इलेक्शन में देखिए तो उसमें बीजेडी ने 13 या 14 सीटें जीती थी, 7 या 8 सीट बीजेपी ने जीती थी. बीजेपी एंड बीजेडी डिसाइड्स टू कम टुगेदर. देयर इज एब्सोल्युटली नो कंपटीशन. कांग्रेस इज नोवेयर देयर. So it's not that the BJP and the BJP together are going to gain anything. The only thing is that number can change. If the BJP is contesting more than the BJP, then the BJP number will go up and the BJP's number will go down. In substantial numbers are not going to increase, come what may.
In substantial numbers, the NDA numbers, will they inch closer to 400,
BJP number
which
overall
is the target?
Because BJP last time contested 8 and won 7. This time, if the BJP is contesting 15, BJP's number will go up. That's the reality.
Even if they fight equal number of seats, the fact is, दोनों को अगर 10 और 11 मिल जाते हैं, तो भी तो एनडीए के खाते में instead of only 11 going, now 21 will go, and therefore the NDA number changes. And it's a psychological barrier. It's a psychological achievement, if you want to call it that. But look at the overall numbers: 379 seats counted, 231 is the NDA tally, 104 is the India Alliance tally, and the others sitting on 44. Let's take a look at Punjab. Punjab has 13 seats. NDA likely to get 3 to 5. India, we are taking them together because in the alliance they will go together, but actually Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party are fighting like cats and dogs in Punjab, and in these 6 to 10 seats going to India Alliance. But if you look at the vote share, it's 27% for the Congress, 27% for the Aam Aadmi Party, but both fighting so much that if they had come together, probably the NDA would not have won any single seat. But that's not the strategy that they are following, and that is where the problem with the India Alliance comes in. Aam Aadmi Party 5 to 7 seats, BJP 3 to 5, Shiromani Akali Dal 0 to 1, Congress Party 2 to 4, others 0, and even if India Alliance counts all the 5 to 7 and 2 to 4 seats, the fact is that the vote share gets dissipated, and a three-way fight always helps the BJP, and that's a lesson that the opposition hasn't learned. Let's look at Delhi seats. 7 seats coming from Delhi. 7 of them, third time in a row, hat-trick going to the NDA, that is the BJP. 50% vote share. Aam Aadmi Party at 31%, Congress at 16%, others at 3%. Total seats for the NDA at 7 seats. Haryana, 10 seats. All 9 to 10 seats going to the NDA. India Alliance 0 to 1, others 0. That's the way Haryana stacked up. Vote share 53%, NDA, India Alliance 42%, others at 5. Let's take a look at Bihar coming up next on your screens. 40 seats in Bihar. And out of these 40 seats, with Nitish Kumar coming back to the NDA, 36 to 38 seats going to the NDA, India Alliance 2 to 4, and vote shares are 54 versus 35. That's the way the vote shares are stacked. And Sanjay Jha, I want to come back to you and ask you, strategy, where is the strategy? In Punjab, the strategy of fighting together would have yielded no seats for the NDA, but that's not the strategy India Alliance is following. The Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party at each other's throats. On the other hand, if you look at Kerala, same story, and now in Delhi, even though you have an alliance, you get nothing out of it, 0 seats. Sanjay Jha, everything going wrong for the Congress Party and therefore for the India Alliance?
Navika, 2 short points. Number one, where Bihar is concerned, at least from what I'm hearing, that the entire campaign being led principally by the RJD is actually developing a lot of traction in Bihar. Now, I don't know what the final figures will be, but I think Tejashwi Yadav seems to have actually got some momentum. I'll have to wait and see where that plays out. I'm a lot more confident about Bihar. As far as Punjab is concerned, I think that's a tactical decision, because sometimes when you become an alliance, you actually are able to, make sure that your opposition is also not able to benefit because they target the unified coalition. So I think in Punjab, because both the Congress and the AAP have a formidable presence, although the AAP, of course, has a big, sizable government there, the truth is at a Lok Sabha level, the Congress and AAP may both gain at the expense of the BJP. So I really think it might play out. Delhi, I'll be surprised. Honestly, I would love to hear what Ashutosh has to say because he contested from Delhi. I believe in Delhi, at least there are a couple of seats, I don't know how many, where the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress have a distinctive chance. I mean, it depends upon how they campaign and who the candidate is.
Well, okay, there's absolutely no law against optimism, and optimism must continue whatever the numbers are, and I completely support and bless the optimism that you hold, but the fact on the ground seem to be different. Let's take a look at Jharkhand numbers coming up on your screen. Before we look at the biggest state, that is Uttar Pradesh, Jharkhand, 14 seats, 12 to 14 going to the NDA, 0 to 2 to the India Alliance, others at 0. Again, a clean sweep. Well, those words and words of notes coming out, clearly taking a toll on the popularity of the India Alliance there. And the fact of the matter is also Lok Sabha, Modi as an alternative, as a choice is there, but there is no alternative that has been projected by the India Alliance. And that's where many problems in the strategy of the India Alliance comes. And the convener, the person who actually suggested this entire Gathbandhan, actually walks over to the NDA, clearly making it clear which is the winning side. It's a perception battle, and that's the way it's stacked. But let's look at Uttar Pradesh. 80 seats coming in from Uttar Pradesh. And Uttar Pradesh numbers coming up on your screen, 72 to 78 seats for the NDA. And India Alliance 2 to 6. Akhilesh Yadav giving 17 seats to the Congress party. Is it hurting him? 0 to 1 for the BSP, others at 0. 72 to 78 seats coming up for the NDA, and that really is a hard blow. Look at the vote shares for Uttar Pradesh coming up on your screens. Vote share in Uttar Pradesh for the NDA 51%, India Alliance 33%, others at 11%, BSP at 5%. Mayawati, will she be marginalized, or are the phone calls ringing between Akhilesh Yadav and Mayawati? It's a fight for survival. Congress not likely to help Akhilesh. Mayawati might. But look at the overall numbers at this point. 358 to 398 seats for the NDA, 110 to 130 for the India Alliance, YSRCP at around 21 to 22, BJT at 10 to 11. And if this gets added in the NDA, well, it's 400 par. And that's why the Prime Minister today even said, is chunav mein bahut safai ho jayegi. And this is probably what he meant. And this is 400 par, virtually at the cusp of 400 par, 358 to 398 for the NDA. Look at the party-wise breakup of this. BJP alone, how much is it going to get? 333 to 363. Congress, 28 to 48. Take a mean number, that's about 38. Lowest ever performance for the Congress party. YSRCP, Aam Aadmi Party, BJD, Trinamool Congress, all the numbers on your screen. But the BJP, not quite at 370, but anywhere between 333 and 363. And Congress party, 28 to 48. Ashutosh, I want to get your response to these numbers.
These are the numbers coming, then it is disaster for the Congress. There is no doubt about it. It's a disaster, frankly speaking, disaster. But I'll still skeptical about these numbers for 358 to 398, because in my opinion, the Maharashtra, Bihar, and Bengal and Karnataka, these are the 4 states, and in these 4 states, BJP is not going to repeat its performance. And in Bihar, your numbers are showing that it's going down. In Maharashtra, the numbers are showing it's going down. In Bengal, your numbers are showing it's going up. But in my assessment, in Bengal, either the BJP retains its numbers or it's going down. In Karnataka also, your survey shows that the number is going down. So, in my opinion, 358 can be reasonable NDA number, not going up. BJP 303, 334 can retain.
Can retain. So which is a majority government. Let me ask Abbas Haider. Abbas Haider, 72 to 78 for the BJP in Uttar Pradesh. Does that make you think a big opportunity lost for the opposition?
Navika ji, I don't question your survey, but this is a fact that any survey is based on an assumption that the people who are being surveyed are telling the truth. But unfortunately, we are at such a juncture that people are not ready to tell the truth. They're afraid. They're afraid of the situation around there. So I'm sure that people are going to teach Bharatiya Janata Party a lesson by their ballot. And one more thing, Navika ji, so we don't have any data about the socio-economic or caste status of the people who are being surveyed. We don't, and there are certain questions which don't address the opinion of the people. Sometimes they might have a strong opinion about, certain things, but they are not addressed. So there are certain flaws, undoubtedly, in any survey. But I would not like to question that. But at the same time, Navika ji, the thing is, the moment Samajwadi Party and Congress declared their seats in Uttar Pradesh, the seat sharing was done. Samajwadi Party, Congress, India alliance gained a significant momentum in Uttar Pradesh. And every other day we are getting stronger. People are looking up to it. And one more thing, Navika ji, Sudhanshu ji was telling us a share. I would also like to tell a share to Sudhanshu ji and all your viewers that एक आंसू ही काफी है हुकूमत के लिए, तुमने देखा नहीं आंखों को समंदर होना. So this is the situation of women in Uttar Pradesh. Women's girls, they are committing suicide. Their fathers are committing suicide. Youths are asking for jobs. They are protesting everywhere. And today, outside the house of Basic Shiksha Minister in Uttar Pradesh,
are the opposition parties able to convert that into a vote against the BJP? Isn't that the question, Sudhanshu ji? And let me ask you the basic question. क्या हर पार्टी हर सीट का सर्वे नहीं कराती? ये जब कहते हैं कि सर्वे में लोग सच नहीं बोलते, तो इनके सर्वे में सच बोलते हैं, हमारे सर्वे में सच नहीं बोलते.
देखिए, surveys which has been going on since around 3 decades, and by and large it is capable of setting the indications. With most of the time, whatever has been projected for BJP finally attained more, with an exception of 2004 Lok Sabha election. All other times we have proved much more than, और मुझे इस बात की खुशी है कि कम से कम 350 पार तो आशुतोष जी ने माना, तो आप समझिए 400 के इस पार तो हैं. अब उस पार जाना मुझे लगता है पूरी तरीके से सही है. और उन्होंने एक शेर कहा था, तो मैं उनको भी बता देना चाहता हूं कि तू अगर मेरे साथ नहीं है तो तेरी खता भी नहीं, हर कोई शख्स मेरा साथ निभा सकता भी नहीं, और ऐसे तो को 2 आंसू भी डुबो ले जाए मुझे, मगर वैसे कोई तूफान भी हिला सकता भी नहीं.
वाह, क्या बात है, क्या बात है. Debate is settled there. Anand Ranganathan, I really wanted to give you another opportunity. पर इस शेरो शायरी के बाद मुझे नहीं लगता कोई गुंजाइश है कुछ कहने की. हाँ, many people will say there is many a slip between the cup and the lip, but where the winds are blowing, which direction they are showing us that the mood of the people is going, it's all there in the numbers. And this is a very large sample size. 3,23,327 people is not a small sample size. Well, if the opposition thinks that a sample size larger than this can change the results. Good luck to them. We'll come back with yet another survey. We'll try and increase the sample size. And once again, ahead of the elections, ahead of the real battle, when this is the only manner in which we can find out scientifically which way the winds are blowing, we will try and do that for you. Thank you very much to my panelists, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me on this big survey day on the Newshour on Mandate 2024. Good night. Be safe.